Great Nia family. It is good to be here. The message should be hitting everybody's books in a second. First, I owe all of my family on Spreaker and an apology. The show got cut off early last night. One of the things I learned last night was that regardless of whether I got this thing charging or not, it consumes a lot of energy just to stream on Spreaker. So I started at about 4% because I let Miss Sasha Mosh use it and she burnt it down. So it went down. By the time I got here, it was at 4%. And 4% is not enough to do my show. I need at least 15%. Shouts out to my auntie Loretta Burrows. How are you doing this morning? Good. I'm waiting for some of the people to pop up, but until they get there, make sure you get your water. Get your glass. We're gonna get this up all. Yeah. Bow. Alright, here we go. You are now listening to the best Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother High Tim, and this is a Heart of a Silver production. Of course, you know this is Daily Toast. I know it's early in the morning, family, and y'all went to sleep late, but y'all gotta get it together. Talk to my Mr. Animals, I'm sorry. And last but not least, good morning, Miss Amatu. And last but not least, we always strive to blow up your old paradigm.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. family, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're about to hit these ancestors up. I want to send shouts out to everybody that's taking the time to get up and look at this, especially the early morning Daily Toasters, right? But those that's been checking in because the views are increasing. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to share, taking the time to have those serious conversations with people. Sending out the nephew. My auntie said, good morning now. I'm doing good. Sending out the word about us toasting. You know what I'm saying? And it's really a privilege to get up here and do this with y'all. Once again, we got the Daily Toaster shirts. They will be up and out after the Malcolm X Festival. So right now, we got a little bit over 23 days, somewhere around there. Yeah, somewhere around there. But yo, those that don't know, they should know. I'm gonna be posting up some more. I'm gonna be sending out some links because right now we still in the fundraising phase, family, and we're gonna need some of your help. And those that have help, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sending out blasts. So don't take it personal. Don't explain that you already helped if you helped. You know what I'm saying? Just go and erase it. You know what I'm saying? But if you can help, every little bit counts. Shouts out to Miss Navita. I see you out there. So May 19th at the Millennium Community School, which is 3500 Refugee Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43232, we will be having the Malcolm X Festival. It will be going down. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, we have the good fellas that's gonna be performing. You know what? Brother Shaka say he coming down. You understand what I'm saying? Brother Shaka say he coming down. So that means he coming with a crew. You know what I'm saying? I gotta raise some money. You know, we're gonna handle that on Gye-Nyame end. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it together. And then, who knows? We might even have us a June sipper, Ambrosia sip, right? Where he gonna pull his stuff out, pull my stuff out. Sis Tiandra gonna come and possibly pull some her stuff out. Some other people that's been brewing around the city gonna pull their stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Listen, not only do we have the festival coming up with a powerful guest speaker, right? And we got speakers in the wings. Listen, I'm trying to tell you because these festivals, listen, fam, we about to move up because you got to understand, like, I've been in this for 30 years, right? So now a lot of the people that I came up with in the movement in different places are doing different things, and they're pretty big in what they do. So we're gonna be able to plug in and pull people from other places to start coming to some of these festivals because of the personal relationships that are there, right? So some dynamic people are going to be coming to our festivals, coming to our celebrations in a minute, at least here in Columbus, and maybe we'll be able to link something up with our people in Cleveland, our people in Akron, you know what I'm saying, in different places, and get it moving, right? Because this is how we got to do it. We got to spread the love, right? Because these festivals are cultural stabilizers. Not just in the fact that it's a symbolic piece for us. Because I want y'all to see the importance of symbolism, right? Yesterday, there was a meeting between two world leaders. These two countries have been fighting for a long time, right? One of them is communist. One of them is becoming slowly Western. You know what I'm saying? North Korea and South Korea. And they stood and they symbolically crossed the line. And they crossed the line on one side, shook hands. And they went to the other side of the line and they shook hands. And this was a symbolic gesture that brought tears to many people's eyes that was in North and South Korea. It's the symbolic gesture. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to one of the news broadcasters and he got kind of choked up. The symbolism is just marvelous. The symbolism is a powerful thing. Now, and we are we've been using symbols for a long time, but We haven't been directing the energy after. See, because a lot of times we just get caught up in the symbolism of the moment. We just want that energy to stay there. But then now you got to redirect that energy. It's sort of like the proverb from last night. There's nothing like a dream to create the future. Symbolism is, in a sense, metaphorically, a dream, right? It can create the future if you start pushing it and guiding that energy, right? But if you just allow it to sit there, it's just a dream. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing wrong with us, with our people dreaming. What's wrong with us is just sitting on the dreams. So let's go on and review the proverbs that we did last night, just in case everybody on Spreaker didn't catch it. Those who trust the chance must abide by the result of chance. Calvin Coolidge. I think I did a good job on. I did an okay job on that. We didn't have a lot of. We had Miss Tracy called in last night. I want to thank her for taking the time for calling in. I did see Lady J. Because she left. She left the school after me. You got to understand, we dealing with people that are serious. You know what I'm saying? She don't even work at the school. She left after me. And y'all those that see my Facebook page, y'all know that I left there about 8:30. My fault. Damn near 9 o'clock. Right? She left after me. So I know she was trying to get up, but she probably went home and crashed. There's nothing like a dream to create the future. That's Victor Hugo. Poor people entertain with their heart. So we kind of discussed those last night. Well, actually, I discussed those last night, and they're open for the next 7 days, just like the folk tales. We will be bringing out a calendar. Like I said, we doing, you know what I'm saying? My piece is bringing value to those people, to people's lives. You know what I'm saying? That are listening, that's taking the time to tune in to Gye-Nyame Journey, and that's what we try to do. So let's get down to the brass tacks, right? We are on Nia. And once again, the calendars, I'm setting them up. Now it's gonna be different than this. I want a workable calendar, a PDF where you could either print it off, but I actually want to try to get it in an app form so that you can actually work on it on your device, where you can keep, put your comments, the whatever you're looking for, the principle of the day, whatever you're looking for, jot it down, have a proverb of the week, proverbs of the week, or a proverb, and a folk tale of the week. When you go through, and we can always stay grounded in what we're supposed to be doing. So we are on Nia. Nia is purpose, for those that don't know. The mnemonic principle of the day is balance. The color is yellow. The hermetic law is rhythm. If you was born on this day and you are male, you are Kofi. If you are female, you are a Fua. Okay. From the Emotional Emancipation Circle, the African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System, which we will be having our first session on, guess when? May 19th. Right? So, we're going to start that off at the Malcolm X Festival. That will be held in Millennium Community School in the library. Starting off, right? This is going to be the first session. And then after that, you come out and enjoy the festival. So, all those that's gonna be rocking with Gye-Nyame Journey. Oh man, we got a movie audition, model search, the Emotional Emancipation Circles. Listen. At the same time the festival is going on, we're going to be having auditions for a movie that will be filmed in Ohio, popping off in the gym. What else? Family, what more can We even providing shots at stardom at the Malcolm X Festival. You might walk out of there and be the next Denzel Washington or something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You might walk out of there and not get a role in a movie that you think is just something small and it's turned into something big. All right, here we go. So here we go. Today, in the African-centered cultural virtue and value system, we have Mandu for Wolof, and Wolof is Mandu, being appreciative of what you have, not envious of others. We have Recon Ethics, Justice, and we have T2, which is Endurance. All right? So, now to the stars of the show. We got to finish our water, though. Need a little drinking music. Hold on. Because I'm kind of falling behind here. Let's see. Let's do that. We ain't going to do the whole song. We just going to do it while we drink.
This is my history. I was never born in slavery. When I speak, I mean, I am therefore we are a people whose legacy transcends 400 years of European captivity. This is my history. Rooted in African spirituality, preaching and teaching to love the original self. Respect.
Man. You know what this means, right? I haven't touched this one. You know what this means, right? This is a good batch. This is a good batch. My wife is sneaking up in this. Look, wait, I bet you it ain't even closed. It wasn't even closed all the way. This is a good batch here. Let's see. This is my first sip of this. I see people breaking in this stuff and just, I'm trying to supply the world with the ambrosia, and it's kind of rough, right? So, yes, and we will have some ambrosia, and we will have some of that red June, and that red June out there at the festival. All right, so giving shots out to the creator by whatever name you choose to call the creator. We lift up our glass to salute that all-powerful, that unifying being, that energy that permeates everything. All right, lift up our glass and we say Ashe. Near family, we move to the stars of the show, the ones that we gather on a daily basis to toast up. All right, so we call on Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Alexander Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Van Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pittman, Nail, Normal X, Pat My Ra, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Miller Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Danielle Paulina, Luxton Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., let me be clear, Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Dennis Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randleman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susan B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agosa Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hansberry, Harvey Hansberry Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Delma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Rustlin Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Charles Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Harcrow, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Alice Murphy, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Jean Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mary Nichols, Amina Robinson, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tom Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniels, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Sanders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Corintha Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. He Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston. Family, we lift up our glass and we salute those upon whose shoulder we stand. And it feels good to read it, man. Let me put this up so I got it. Pretty soon I'm going to be traveling. So I think we're going to be doing a daily toast from Washington, D.C. for a couple of days. So we're going to raise up the glass and we're going to toast our ancestors. And we're going to say, Ashe. Oh, that Thunder trying to get it in. Yeah, I told Thunder last night, I said, hey, man, you're going to have to get a little bit more active or we're going to have to put you out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking up space. So now we lift up our glass to the present moment. Of course, y'all know we are in the day of purpose. So family, identify the purpose of things. Identify the purpose of people in your life. Identify your purpose. Remind yourself of your purpose. Activate the reticular formations, and so that you can start looking for this stuff, right? We want to focus in on the purpose. What is the purpose of the organization that you work for? What is the purpose of your business? We're looking for purpose today. We hunting it down like it's an antelope, and we chasing it down, and we hungry. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we seeking today. If you can, post up pictures on your timeline. If you want to share some on Gye-Nyame Journey, purpose. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I need to do a contest. A principle of the day contest. Give away something. But hey, we'll work on that later. So we raise the glass to this moment. We say Ashe. We salute our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Because we got home late yesterday, I let Cleve sleep in. So I'll get him up in about the next 10 minutes, right? But hey, we lift up our glass to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity, because we know that everything we think, say, and do affects them. For us, it's about legacy, right? So we lift up that glass and we say Ashe. From there we move to all of our relations. We salute all of our relations and we say Ashe. Last but not least, family, I toast the most important thing in this room. I toast you for taking the time for coming out and toasting with me early in the morning, saluting our ancestors. And I toast you that come out later on, because yesterday a whole lot of people got on and checked this out, right? So, hey, the movement is growing, family. Like I said, send those ancestors in, family. I don't know why some of y'all shy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, talk to some of the daily toasters and see if anything has changed for them since they started pouring libations. Our ancestors don't be playing. They've been waiting for us. Waiting for us. What you waiting for? They waiting for us. Right? So we raise the glass and we say Ashe. 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 Wish you peace, power, and joy in 100 years, family. Have a great and purposeful day. All right, this brother Tim. I'm out. Peace out.